Hello Pisces, my name is Tiffany from Tiffany's Tarology and it's so good to be here with all of you today. Today we're going to be tapping into a reading starting off using the Beyond Lemuria Oracle deck. I got this deck when I traveled to Mount Shasta for a spiritual retreat last May. It called to me and I felt the call to use it today. So you could have Lemurian ancestry, Atlantean ancestry, Mount Shasta could be significant to you. There could be a need for you to also consider a spiritual trip. And I also just feel this need to tell you, like, there's a lot going on around you. There's a lot going on around me. There's just a need to, like, cleanse your energy, cleanse your space. The use of smoke is very significant at this time. Water kept coming up, but right now I'm really feeling like this Aquarian, like, air energy. So we're going to dive in. We're going to pull our cards and see what Spirit has to say about your current situation. All right, Spirit guides, angels, ancestors of the highest white light, also calling in our Lemurian ancestry. They're present. They are here. Thank you. Well, I ask that you help me dive into the Pisces collective and see what they need to know. They are telling me you are highly protected, Pisces, at this time. You have a lot going on around you, but they are pillars of strength for you around you at all times. Your ancestors are highly, highly devoted to whatever it is that you're going through at this time. They are standing as the giants in your life, and what actually look like giants in your life are merely small specks of sand. Yeah. Think more highly of yourself, they say. All right, we're going to pull these cards and I will chat back with you guys after we're done pulling. Okay, Pisces, we have the Star Seer, the Portal Keeper, Evolution, Trust Your Innocence, Stepping Through, Water, and Air. So wasn't that funny? I was talking about I felt the air energy and water energy has been coming up for us as well. So these two cards I will be reading to you out of the book, but the rest of them I looked through the book and I feel like we can just explain what they mean from just kind of visually looking at it. So right now, Pisces, you're going through a very big paradigm shift. You're seeing your reality different. You're trusting your intuition. You're climbing this ladder into the subconscious, into your higher version of yourself. You're seeing the world through a different lens. What you are being prompted to at this time is to continue to trust that this path that you're taking, this ladder that you're climbing, this new direction that you're being guided to go in, that it is the right direction for you. The journey is very significant, not just the destination. How have you changed? How have you expanded? How has that third eye opened? How have you been able to look back on things that have happened to you and say, if only I had listened to my intuition? Or, I'm so glad I listened to my intuition. There's going to be things that come up to you where you're reminded through dreams, through psychic abilities being enhanced, through this energy that you are kind of going and growing through right now, where you're going to start to really understand that your intuition and your higher self is guiding you towards that path. And you just need to fine tune your listening device. That's what I hear them saying. Fine tune your listening device, almost like our ears are our listening device. But it's really your third eye and trusting that where you're being led, where you're going is in fact the divine place that you were supposed to be headed. For the Portal Keeper, it's interesting because I keep this little cat on my desk, and right before I started the reading, the cat was significant to me, and I was like, I wonder if it's going to come out in the reading. Then we get the Portal Keeper card, and this was a card when I read up about it, talking about as you awaken your psychic awareness, much like cats have the ability to do, you can see through multiple layers of density, multiple layers of reality. You could be in the same reality as someone else having a completely different experience. So Pisces, you've awoken to this ability. You've awoken to your greatest calling, your higher self, that inner knowing. Right now, what's happening is Spirit is saying, I'm showing you how you can create and facet the world around you. You could be in this area of your life where you are seeing all things are a go, and someone in that same reality is seeing it as negativity and everything being lost. You are finally awake enough to understand that this world we live in, this simulation that we're part of, we get to really kind of shape what happens. So you're the portal keeper. You now get it, that you can actually walk through dimensionality, and that's really, really cool. With evolution, there's a significance here of mermaids, for sure. That's why like Atlantean timelines could also resonate with you. Mermaids could resonate with you. They always have with me as a kid, and I had no idea why, but now I totally do. But there's this energy here with evolution that you are going through a big, big shift, a change, a transformation. When I looked in the book, what they wanted me to actually highlight was that evolution, which is card number 24, was the card right before freedom, card number 25. You're going through an evolution right now that is going to ultimately set you up for success and freedom. Whatever you've been dealing with, whatever you've been traversing through, wherever the subconscious mind has been telling you that you need to go, or that you need to do, or that you need to cut away, it is helping you to go through this evolutionary process, this transformational process, so that you can finally free yourself. And freedom doesn't necessarily have to mean I'm breaking free of like a physical location, even though that is going to be relevant for many of you. Breaking free can be, I'm no longer constrained to this job. I'm no longer constrained to this title of who I accept myself as. I'm letting go of religious fears and traumas. I no longer resonate with this food style that I've been on, or this health regimen that I haven't fully embraced. I'm ready to transcend that, to free myself and evolutionize myself, or and evolve myself, I should say, into the greatest version of myself. I also see healing at a DNA level with a DNA strand here. And definitely your third eye, your throat chakra being highly significant because of all the blues and purples. There is white as well, so there is a lot of info and codes coming through your crown chakra that's helping to heal. You are a human though, so take this evolutionary period slowly. Do your best every single day. That's what I hear the Lemurians say. Do your best every single day. Then you have trust your innocence. You may be going through a period right now where you are tapping into the inner child, where you are understanding what that inner child needs from you. You are starting to understand that you're connected to something bigger and brighter. When I was reading up on this card, it talks about how children just embrace the world and take on the world through an uninterrupted lens, and they have no filter. They just speak truth. You are needing to follow your truth. You're needing to have that no filter. Of course, be respectful, right? Kids don't necessarily know how to be respectful. But the way that you're just exploring your world, I hear exploring your sexuality, exploring your desires, exploring your world. It is all coming into view because you're starting to go back into that child version of yourself who was able to just have fun and explore and do things that were creative and fun. And you're uncovering bits and pieces of yourself. I was telling my husband that I've been just called lately to start creating oracle decks, and so I'm working on some things right now that I wanted to introduce to you guys over time. But it's just been fun to create. It's been fun to have fun. It's been fun to not necessarily have a deadline or someone to tell me this has to be done a certain way. There's a need for you to just kind of connect back through childlike activities. You may need to go like swimming, or maybe you need to do I don't know why I heard like obstacle course, or drawing, painting, watching a movie. I went under the blanket the other day with my baby, just like, and I was like, I remember being a kid and how we would like build forts and stuff. So there's this need for you to just kind of like dive back into the innocence of a child, relive that, and awaken and freshen your soul. I feel the spirit guides are saying your soul is feeling old. Your soul is feeling tired. Your soul is wanting to be rejuvenated. It does not matter what age you are. Then you have stepping through. I don't think they'll flag, but we'll just cover. So with the stepping through card, this was talking about stepping through and doing things that bring your heart happiness. So this is like a flame. Stepping into things that give you happiness, things that make you feel alive, going after heart-centered dreams, trusting that your heart is guiding the way. So again, Pisces, you're trusting your intuition. You are seeing through the portal of multiple realities and kind of making the reality what you want it to be. You're going through an evolution of the self. Spirit is saying, open up those childlike eyes. And this heart-centered card, again called Stepping Through, is about you stepping now into your gifts, into your divine calling, into your play, into your pleasure period. This is definitely fifth house activation energy here. And so I want you to just embrace all of the sides of you, all of the energy within you that wants to just be free. That's why this card lacks clothing, because there's this, I'm here, I am vulnerable, I am myself, take me as I am. And you're going to draw the right people to you, Pisces, because of that energy. Then you had water and you had air. These two elements are important right now as we are in the age of Aquarius, and because you're a water sign, Pisces, the water was also showing that there's like lack of scarcity. Everything is in flow. You know the universe is going to take care of you. You're fluid. Like everything ebbs and flows. You give it away, it comes back. You live in this energy of just release and peace. And with the air, it's like you're taking form, you're moving forward, you're taking flight, you're saying what you need to say. But I do want to read a portion of each of these for you because I felt like it was significant. The violet flame could also be significant to you. It came up quite a bit while I was in Mount Shasta, but it is showing up here on the bottom of your deck that the violet flame could be significant. So with water, it says overflow. It says abundance, non-attachment, the paradigm of no scarcity, allowing financial and energetic gifts to flow through and create more. So it says allowing for the flow, I'm just reading the bottom here, of receptivity, the path of least resistance, purity, clearing away that which no longer serves, emotion. So Pisces, you're walking into a state of abundance. You're walking into a state of no longer being in scarcity. You have enough hands to do the jobs you need to do. There is enough support around you. I'm also seeing like the weightlessness that we as humans can feel in water, where you're just floating, you're allowing. Finances are flowing through. Increased health and vitality are flowing through. Purification of the body is flowing through. Those codes are coming into the crown chakra, and you are going through profound healing. So again, you should see abundance, non-attachment to your situations. You're not going to be dealing with scarcity, finances, and energetic flow coming into the body. You're going to be creating more. All of these things are coming in for you. Then you have air, and it says you're going through a paradigm shift. It says an innovative way of existing, new earth energies, inspiring others, fresh air, flying higher than you have before, more expansive perspectives, consciousness shift. So all of the things that we've been talking about, your third eye is opening, you're ascending, you're going through this higher self calling, intuitively being led to and through your awakening path. Again, at the bottom, I'm reading here, it says communication, sharing wisdom, the breath of life, movement, faith, winged helpers, intention, inspiration, and change. So definitely connected to the Fae. Definitely connected to birds. A lot of bird energy has been coming through lately. So we've been seeing cat energy, bird energy, mermaid energy through this particular reading. So those could all be significant to you at this time. But allow the shift that's happening, Pisces, to shift. Surrender is what I see here. Surrender to the shift. Allow the shift to happen. There's so many codes that are coming into the body. You're sharing that wisdom, but also I could see like wisdom coming into the crown. You're divinely held and protected in the arms of your star family, your soul family. Okay? Wow, Pisces. But again, they really wanted me to harp on the fact that the evolution card in this deck comes right before the freedom card. So you go through the evolution, you evolve, you transcend, your genetic code is upgraded, and then you are about to be freed. And it's a freedom that is really transcending logic. It's not just in the physical form of freedom. People are going to be wondering, how's your life so free? How do you just flow through life so effortlessly? There's going to be a lot of people that are stressed out around you, and you're just not going to resonate with that stress. Of course, there's going to be some stress in your life, of course, like we're on the earth, but there's just going to be a way that you like move through your stresses. They're there, and then you find like really innovative ways or helpers coming out of nowhere to assist you. Situations unfold miraculously in front of you. All right, spirit guides, current situation for Pisces as they go through this paradigm shift, as they go through this evolution. So you have the Fool and the Hanged Man, which is interesting because one is taking action and one is not. And so right now I feel like Pisces, what it's saying is like, yes, you're taking action, but you're really just flowing with it. This is a flow energy. This is a positive energy. When I see this, I'm thinking of a person who is allowing themselves to embark on a new journey, but they're not rushing the process. They're not trying to skip steps. They're just embracing the flow, embracing the change, headed down the new path, but not necessarily trying to like bulldoze their way into the new reality. And you're also receiving a lot of enlightenment. Anytime I have the Hanged Man, I try to remember to point out that there's a halo around the person's head. So you're not just hanging out and not receiving anything. You're hanging out and actually looking at the world around you. You're going in a new direction. I really do see this energy of somebody who is on the path of least resistance with these two cards. You're headed there, but you're just flowing there. Like, I'm hearing row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. My baby has been listening to nursery rhymes a lot, so a lot of those have been coming through as having more significance than I realized. What's challenging you, though, at this time as far as that path of least resistance goes? What's challenging, Pisces? Magician. Think of this card in the reverse. You may need to take a little bit more control over manifesting what you want to be in your reality. So if you see something that does not fit, remember we got that, the portal keeper card. You are able to transcend through portals. You understand now, like especially utilizing the portal, 7788 portal, the 99 portal, the 1010, all these portals that are coming up are going to be very significant for you. I'm seeing a big shift for a lot of people in the world with the 1111 portal. So something in November could be significant. Stay tuned in your own life to see. But I do feel the Magician card is saying it's time for you to begin to create, to manifest what you want. If there is a lack of flow, a lack of abundance in your life, a lack of movement or stagnation that you're feeling, you are basically showing up with the Magician in the challenge position as the Magician in reverse. It's time for you to make it happen. Will it into your reality. Think it and it will appear. Okay? Maybe a change in mindset of how to attack this free flow. What do you need more of in your life? More love? More finances? More joy? More peace? More fun? More intimacy, happiness, all of those things. You can create that reality that has those things. Strengths at this time for Pisces. Oh, I'm so happy for you. Pisces, this is beautiful. The 8 of Cups to the 9 of Cups as your strengths is saying you are done holding on to anything that is not aligning you with this evolutionary process that you're going through. Your childlike wonder, your intuitive based movement has been really highlighted by the fact that you are starting to receive. Many of you are starting to see the blessings. I'm seeing the comments. I've seen a lot of you say, I'm already moved. I already did it. That money just came into my bank account. It's starting to happen, Pisces. We've been in like this waiting period for a long time, but I'm seeing the shift finally in the comments of like, I've been telling you guys, hold on, Pisces, it's on the way, it's on the way, divine justice is on the way, or that payout, or that whatever. And a lot of you were growing weary, but I see the choice that you made to walk away is finally showing fruit. So your strength is you have stopped giving yourself away to situations that were blocking these energetic flows into your life. Sometimes you cannot receive what it is that you need to receive because spirit doesn't want certain people or certain energies around you when you receive it, because they are not meant to have the piece of that pie with you, or you're not meant to share that part of your life with them. So remove yourself from that situation and watch the abundance begin to flow in. But I'm really proud of you. 8 of Cups to the 9 of Cups. I just see that as a strength of a person who finally chose themselves. You detached from the devil. And you said, I'm going to be celebrating my new victories, my new wins. Okay? Area of focus. Yes, Pisces, this is a strong reading. 7 of Wands, boundaries. Protecting yourself, looking at the reality around you and saying, I know that I know that I know. This is what I need and this is what I don't need. I'm putting boundaries up. I'm supporting myself. I'm choosing me. I'm protecting my energetic field on a daily basis. No hurt, harm, or danger will come to me. I know that my soul's path is guarded. This is also your spirit team saying that they're, with you, helping you fight these battles. You are never alone, although at times you may feel like it is. There is a spiritual surrounding around you. But they're very proud of you, Pisces, for putting up boundaries, stepping away, and holding true to what you say is your truth. You may have anxiety behind the scenes, but you're not showing up folded. Like, I just see you like you're in a place where you... what does it say? You know how to hold them. You know how to fold them. You know when to walk away. That you're in that energy, okay? Near future. Ooh, a lot of energy. Judgment. 6 of Pentacles. High Priestess. Queen of Swords. The Lovers. Oh my God. Okay. So Pisces, divine judgment is being called on this connection you have. Doesn't have to be a physical lover, could be a partner, a family member, a friend, a boss figure, a child even. I've been seeing lots of comments from you guys about that you're dealing with issues with children or your siblings or whatever. This can represent whatever that relationship is. But there was a choice you made in your past to work, collaborate. You went on a soul's path with this devil energy that came disguised in love. That's what I see. They came with a cup of love. Judgment's being called near future on this situation because in order for you to really continue to evolve, to ascend, air energy, to heal this wound, this pattern that you've been carrying with you, and to really break through, walk through into this flow and abundance and listen to your intuition and arrive at that new portal. What's happening is Spirit is saying that relationship, that situation has to come to an end. So divine judgment is being called. I see there being some type of conversation, ruling, final decision, verdict, like last straw, conversation, cut off, whatever the case is, where there is going to be some type of reciprocity, a gift given to you, recouping your losses, walking away fair and square. Whatever was supposed to come in is coming in, Pisces, and you knew this was coming all along. Your intuition served as the basis of the foundation that you were going to be able to move forward on for a while. And I see you also beginning to accept more of your High Priestess energy in the near future because this is a big deal. They were trying to block your intuition. They were trying to block your growth. Your spirituality is going to take you far in this lifetime, Pisces. And whatever needed to be set straight, whatever needed to be given back to you that was taken or stolen from you, divine judgment is being cast on that person, and Spirit is saying you were right all along. You knew deep down inside what needed to be done, where you needed to go, how you needed to be. And you're going to be able to, I believe, trust your intuition even more because of this situation and how it's going to work out. And you're stepping into your intuitive self. Recent past, you're just becoming a version of yourself that you've already been. You know who this person is. You're connecting with a past life of yours, Pisces. All right, recent past. I heard how Stella got her groove back. You have the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Cups. So recent past, I see, Pisces, that you had to confront this fiery energy with love. It could have been an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And you had to really come humbly towards this person, towards this situation, and say, I too am a queen. There's just a humility about you that that Queen of Wands doesn't have. But you're like stepping into that energy over time. I do see that as well. But whatever happened in this connection, I do think that the two of you had to come to some conclusions with each other. That you are not cut from the same cloth. Fire and water are not the same. They kind of put each other out. They cannot mutually exist, at least on the 3D plane. But Pisces, I see in the recent past, you chose your cup over all of the glitz and glamour and flashiness and drama and whatever this is bringing into your life. You chose you. You chose to stand in your Piscean nature, humble. Advice? Seven of Cups. So your spirit team is saying, we see that you don't know exactly where this road is headed. You don't know exactly where you're going. There is some confusion in your radar. There is some sense of where to next. And they said you're going to be divinely guided. You're going to know what to pick. And there's actually going to be multiple options, multiple opportunities. Remember, they're telling me, remember all of the arms. Okay, let's go back to that water. You will have enough. I have chills. You will have enough. I'm trying to hear what they're saying to me. You will have the ability to carry all of these cups. You will not necessarily even have to choose which one. You're being blessed beyond comprehension. I hear don't choose just one. It's almost like you're walking into a confusing time in your life and they're actually going to say, well, we took you to the store. I seem like a kid going to the toy store with their parents. We took you to the store and you thought you were going to just pick out one toy, but we're actually taking you on a shopping spree. Take it as it resonates, you guys. But there is something about the confusion being cleared up and there actually being a multitude of different options and ways for you to move forward. Current environment at this time, Pisces. And almost like you can't walk through the wrong door. You can't do the wrong thing. You're just going to be moved forward in whatever way you were supposed to go. Okay, so you have the Moon card. And this is a card basically stating to you, Pisces, that you are in a place where intuition, the lunar cycles, your spirituality, your quest for knowledge of the unknown, the subconscious is guiding you. Your environment is being very much so guided by your spirituality and your spirit team. Your dreams are very significant at this time. And by listening to your intuition, your environment is going to change. Many of you are closing a chapter where you are physically, emotionally, but there's going to be a physical relocation for many of you and also a perspective shift. The internet, foreign travel, and family lineage stories are significant at this time. That's what I'm seeing in these cards. Hopes and fears. Eight of Wands. I would look at this as a person who's hopeful for positive change, momentum, moving forward. I think many of you you're starting to see that things are moving. And so you're like, okay, I want to keep this up. I want to keep moving. I want to keep doing this. But there could be a fear of stagnation, continuing to go into a loop. I don't see that loop anymore though, Pisces. Yeah, when I flip over the bottom or the top of the deck, we have the Wheel of Fortune. You're headed towards a karmic shift that is going to take you out of this situation. Do not fear. The karmic lesson here was learned. I was listening to another reader the other day and it really stuck out to me. She said, she or he, I don't know. You have learned absolutely everything that you were supposed to and could have learned from the situation. If you'd continue in the situation, you were just going to keep, for, lack of better words, just like relearning the same things. What you could get out of it, I'm seeing like a lemon being squeezed or an orange being squeezed. You've squeezed all the juice out of this that you can possibly get. Like maybe there's a drop or two in there that you can get if you were to pull the flesh out of the skin, but the bulk of what you were supposed to learn has already been squeezed out, divulged, understood. Okay. Potential outcome for Pisces. Potential outcome. The Four of Swords. What else? Love it. You have the Four of Swords, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Ace of Wands. So Pisces, you're about to head into a period of divine rest, clarity, peacefulness. I see someone being released from a lot of anxiety, health issues, crippling fear and anxiety. By connecting in with their spirit team, and you've been doing that on a daily basis, as often as you can, through prayer, supplication, meditation, you have I know that you're going to take me out of here, spirit team, spirit guides, ancestors. And you haven't necessarily felt like they were listening or like things were changing, but they said, hey, we're about to walk with you into your pre-Empress energy where you have freed yourself from this person, this situation, this place, this part of your timeline. Something new is beginning for you. A new city is in the background for many of you. A new home is in the background for many of you. And if there's not a physical relocation for you, that home is where the heart is. Type of recenteredness where you're cutting off anything that cannot go with you into the next phase of your evolutionary pattern, into the freedom phase of your life. The Nine of Pentacles is where you're going to feel a lot of overflow. You're going to feel like you are protected, provided for. That ease and that flow is going to start showing up in your everyday life. And I see that the person, that's been giving you this Seven of Swords energy where they've been lying, backstabbing. I'm also seeing a house in the background. It could be very significant. I've never noticed that house before, and I've had this card for a couple years. The swords are coming down, and I actually see a third person in here who's helping you fight those battles. Things are being illuminated, Pisces. Expect a tower moment. But there's clarity coming in after the tower. Things must fall apart to come back together. And everything that you thought you knew about the situation or this person, like you have been really shaken up about the reality that has actually come forward, is what I'm seeing. Like you learned things you had no idea about, but you walk into this Empress energy eventually. You walk into this healing energy with the Star card. And again, I'm seeing that change of direction. The Three of Wands has been very significant over the last several days, even in the personal readings I've been doing. And yes, Pisces, I do personal readings. I should mention at the beginning of the videos. But I do personals, 1, 2, or 3 pre-recorded readings sent to you within 72 hours. If you do want to book a reading with me, check my description box. But what I feel, they just told me to cut the deck. Yeah. And this is where we're going to end it out. There's been an area of your life, especially in regards to like your physical possessions, your foundation, your stability, that has been under attack or under fire for some time, making you feel trapped, like you had nowhere to go. How do you get out of this situation? How can you free yourself? Maybe you haven't had the money to free yourself, but there is going to be some kind of successful outcome, some turn of events. Justice comes in as a result. And a lot of the times what happens with the justice system, and not every single court case is going to be a ton of money, but let's say they find out that you've been unjustly stolen from, or let's just say you go into this and you don't have those pentacles, the justice system brings in that pentacle proof for you so that you can actually move on with your life. That's the universe providing for you a way out of this situation. Definitely could be in regard to an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. An opposition. But you're going to be successful. You're going to stare this person straight in the eye. You have a lot of support behind you, and they don't. They are in a high place of power, but again, I saw the Lemurian spirit team kind of just showing that they are much bigger than those giants. They're like a speck of sand to them. They're working alongside you, Pisces. So we're going to pull just a couple of, well, let's just pull one. We'll pull one from this magical message from the universe deck. We'll just pull one. And out your reading. Whoa. We are going to reshuffle. That was drama. That was drama. Nope, they said pick the one that flipped over. All right, here you go. Practice becoming who you deserve to be. The ego will try to resist and evolve anyway. Okay, so this is the evolution card coming back out to talk to you. Practice becoming who you deserve to be. The ego will try to resist, evolve anyway. So start speaking things into existence. She got her middle finger up and it says evolve anyways. So in the face of opposition, of people not understanding you, maybe not necessarily knowing where you're going, not having the financial or the resources to back you up in this, all of that's coming in, Pisces. There's going to be a change for the better. And it says, how long will you let fear limit you? What if the obstacle is actually the path? We're going to stop there. I hope this message was helpful to you, Pisces. Love you so much, and I will see you again tomorrow with another video. Please like this video if you made it all the way to the end. Bye, Pisces.